Disadvantages of watching porn. It causes problems in bonding and communication with the husband and life partner. It causes the addict to be placed in an atmosphere of fantasy far from reality, and makes sex for him a virtual process, which affects his relationship with the life partner to turn it into a relationship of sex only, which gradually loses the feeling of happiness, and may then cause the addict to fail in his marital relationship. Pornography and addiction to it may cause the addicted person to engage in other sexual acts that may eventually lead to diseases caused by the prohibited behaviors in relationships he has had, such as acquired immunodeficiency disease, AIDS, and gonorrhea. It causes problems with the life partner because the other party is not satisfied with his partner, no matter how much the partner reaches his maximum potential in satisfying him, because the addict sees that his partner is unable to satisfy him sexually, as those films do. It causes the addict not to reach the normal arousal resulting from innate sexual behavior, due to his habitual viewing of pornography. Cause embarrassment to the life partner if the addict of these films tries to implement the pornographic clips he sees, because these passages as a whole are not logical and realistic. It may cause a deterioration in the economic situation of the addicted person, due to his constant quest to obtain movies and pornographic materials from which he is not satisfied with what he has seen, so he seeks to obtain everything new, and spends his money on that. Cause damage to the addict's work and function, because of his absence from him or following up on these materials in the workplace. It causes psychological pressure on a woman if she watches pornographic films before marriage, which makes her feel degrading and insulting to herself and her femininity, and not being satisfied with her without women, so there are bad and negative feelings towards men from her side. According to a study conducted by researchers at the Max Planck Institute in Berlin, the capital of Germany, the institute specialized in human development, they found a difference in the size of the part of the brain called the striatum in men addicted to pornographic films, which is smaller compared to men who do not watch them. It is worth noting that this part of the brain is involved in the process of stimulating, encouraging and rewarding in the brain. They also found deterioration of the prefrontal cortex in a positive relationship with watching pornographic films. It causes young people to buy and consume sexual stimulants in an exaggerated way so that they can agree between what they see and reality, and the wrong use of these stimulants leads to an abnormal blood flow that the body was not accustomed to previously, which causes the body to become accustomed to it and the amount of blood flowing due to its addiction, because he will not reach a situation in which he is satisfied with him sexually except by eating it repeatedly. It may cause erectile dysfunction in a man as a result of the bad psychological state that sweeps the addict, which makes him unable to respond to any natural influence, and this increases the burden on his partner who works to provoke and attract him, even if she is of a great deal of beauty. Cause harm to men, they are married or not, because it may infect them with organic diseases, such as prostatitis, inflammation of the urinary tract, which leads to bedwetting, gonadal congestion, and prostate enlargement at an early age. The damage caused to society causes abnormal behavior against women of violence and cruelty, according to a scientific study published in 2011 in a journal specialized in surgical neuroscience. It causes abnormal behaviors towards children, such as sexual assaults on them in reality. It causes an economic loss for societies to spend a lot of money on the porn industry. The harms to children. The risk is great when children under the age of 14 watch pornographic films, as studies have found that children of this age are greatly affected by watching these materials, as it makes a big and lasting change in the components of his brain and affects his behavior, and the deviation of the behavior of children who watch pornography has been observed in their future. The greatest danger is that these films cause eternal changes in the brain of the child who is watching it, which results in a change in his actions, thoughts and conviction, to the point of getting used to the idea of having sex, and considering it something natural and essential in the future. Victor Klein says in an article that obscene pornographic scenes develop abnormal behavior and behavior in its viewers, as it increases the possibility of him committing a moral crime, such as rape, harassment, sexual assault, and child abuse. Facts about watching pornography. There are some horrific and frightening facts about watching porn, including approximately 9 out of 10 boys are exposed to pornography before they reach the age of 18. According to studies, 1 out of 8 internet searches around the world are about pornography. More than one phone search out of 5 is for pornography. Men are 543% more likely to view pornographic material and movies than women. The likelihood of looking at pornography is 218% for people who have previously practiced fornication than for people who have not. People who have ever taken money for a relationship are 270% more likely to see pornography than people who have never been. People who are happy with their spouse are 63% less likely to look at pornography. People with teenage children who live at home with teenage children are 45% less likely to look at pornography. Approximately 64 to 68% of adult men and approximately 18% of women are exposed.